My boob and booty's hot.
Spotlight.
No, I'm a star.
Hi, welcome to Kpop Cancelled. My name is Angelina.
My name is Audrey.
I almost had a fit this morning. Setting this up was so difficult.
It was more difficult than usual.
It was definitely more difficult than usual. I literally damn near snapped off the wire from this microphone. It's still bent. I don't know if you can see it. It's still bent. And like, why do they? Sure, it should be illegal for sure to sell expensive microphones with these shitty ass wires while simultaneously not allowing you to buy an XLR wire to power the microphone. Because I bought XLR, you know, the big ones, big fat ones. And it doesn't power the mic, so I have to return them.
But do you have the power, like the thingy?
That's another $300 to spend, and then you have to pay monthly for the subscription. Yeah, don't. Let's cut to the intro. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it to you for today. Which subject we're gonna talk about?
Okay, what is the choice?
So the two choices are concept changes in K-pop. We're going to go on Reddit and see what people have to say about certain groups changing their concepts. I know we're very passionate about it. Or K-pop what ifs.
I don't know.
So the what ifs are basically like, you know, if this member hadn't joined this group, or if this member hadn't, you know, gotten kicked out of this group, or if this member had made it to the lineup of this final group.
What would happen?
What would it have been like? Do these members regret not having toughed it out a little longer, or you know, whatever the case may be?
Do you have a favorite child?
What? Do I have a favorite child?
Between the two topics.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, no.
You have to decide.
Okay, let's go with the Reddit one.
The concept changes?
Yeah,
okay,
the concept
let's do
changes.
concept changes.
People gonna scream in the comments, you should have taken what ifs.
Well, it's a hard subject. It's like thinking about it alone, I'm just like, oh, that's gonna be tough. So maybe we'll save it for like the last thing we talk about.
Okay.
So what did we concept changes? I already forgot.
I'm a star.
Queen card. I'm hot. My boob and booty's hot.
Spotlight.
I'm twerking on the runway. Okay, so this one, Mice have become the new Blinks, I'm sure you know. And they've literally been camping out on my channel for anything I post, and they're, you know, I'm sure they're going to be here today. So this one is titled, I didn't write this, okay, so get mad at Reddit, not me. This one is titled, aespa was better off doing their Kwangya concept. We actually talked about this yesterday, and we were in disagreement, so I'm excited to debate this with you.
True.
Okay. It's like, we need earphones, because I'm like, is the mic too close? Am I too loud? Are you hearing pop sounds? Like,
my phone?
Earphones. We need earphones.
My phone is there.
Oh, thank you. No, we went to the Apple store yesterday, actually, and I love the Apple, like the AirPods Max.
Yeah.
But they're, first of all, way too expensive. Second of all, I think my head is too small because you can't adjust them. Remember, I was shaking my head and they were just flying everywhere. And I'm like, how are you going to charge like almost $1,000 for headphones and they're not adjustable? But the noise canceling was amazing. Anyways, we'll have to figure out a headphone situation.
Yeah.
Because I really would like to be able to hear myself. So.
Me too.
First of all, I am a Mai and not some aespa hater, but this spicy comeback just felt so mid to me. This is an unpopular opinion because I know many people enjoyed this concept and found it refreshing. I believe what set aespa apart from every other girl group was the whole SM culture universe thing with Kwangya, their eye avatars, fighting Black Mamba, and also their more techno-futuristic music sounds. This comeback, on the other hand, just made it seem like they are reverting to the generic girl group summer fun vibes. This is also by no means saying that groups should not be doing summer concepts, because it's definitely one of the more fun and uplifting concepts, and I know many people did enjoy this comeback and concept from aespa. But I really do think that the comeback was not able to showcase their unique concept and style, which got me hooked in the previous few albums. The title song lacking the Kwangya elements also makes it seem as though all the world building they were trying to establish in the previous comebacks was wasted, and it was disappointing to me that there was no more follow-up. Like, what now? They beat the Black Mamba. Welcome to My World, Salty and Sweet and Thirsty are amazing though, great B-sides. So can you guess if people agree that this is unpopular or disagree?
They disagree.
Well, it's actually kind of 50-50.
Really?
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Wow.
Pretty much. So first of all, what do you think?
I think...
Okay, I'll go first.
It's kind of like a concept change a bit, but it's the same busy sound.
But it's not... Oh, okay, continue.
So it's the same busy sound, so I kind of hear that it's the aespa style, but it's released during the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like i-dle when they released Dumdy Dumdy. Dumdy Dumdy is such a summer song. It's such a concept change for them.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like Spicy is the same. But I would say that I really like Welcome to My World. I don't like Spicy.
You don't like Spicy? Okay. Welcome to My World. I always think about like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but like it seems like that. Have you ever seen that movie?
I saw it, but I'm
not familiar with it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Every time I hear Welcome to My World, I just think of like, in a world of your imagination. Like it reminds me of that. It's not a bad song. I think it's nice. The vocals are absolutely stunning on that song. Spicy, however, like I understand what people are saying when they say it's a concept change, because it literally is a concept change. Yeah. I have been fighting my tooth and nail about this concept change thing. You can change a group's concept while maintaining the storyline. No one is arguing that it doesn't fit into their storyline. So they fought the Black Mamba. That's over with. That's what Miser telling me. So if they're done with that segment, why should they be stuck? They're in the real world now. That's what they're telling me. So of course they would have a more normal sound. I would disagree, saying that you could be in the real world, let's say, within the storyline, and still maintain your original sound. Not that you have to. Not that aespa should be like, what's the pigeonhole?
Stuck in the same bubble?
Stuck in the same sound forever. I don't think that's the case. But also, if they do a concept change and people just don't like it, then people just don't like it. You don't have to convince people that, no, guys, you're wrong for not liking it, because it's actually still part of their storyline and it's still the same as, but people just don't like it. Get over it. That's all it is. I don't know. If you go from title tracks like Black Mamba, Girls, Savage, Next Level, and then you go to something like Spicy, that's textbook concept change. It's not the same. The styling is different. To an extent, the sound is quite different. It's more early 2000s inspired.
Yeah, it's more early 2000s, but it's still busy.
I agree that they maintain this aespa like nature to the sound.
A little flavor of it.
Yeah, because there's some parts. Well, actually, there's some parts that I feel like sound like Red Velvet.
Yeah.
And then some parts that sound like an NCT song. And then some parts that feel quite aespa-like. But generally, I would say that's a concept change, and it's okay, and it still fits their storyline, all that jazz. So yeah. But stop trying to convince people that it's the same thing, because it's not. It's not the same.
No.
It's different. That's why people are kind of like, what is this? People, fourth gen stans don't like concept changes.
No.
No.
No. Oh no. It was the standard before. Like every 2 or 3 comebacks, it was a concept change.
Oh yeah, I always give the example that Girls' Generation came out with Oh, and then the next comeback was Run Devil Run.
Yeah.
And nobody cried about it.
No.
Nobody was throwing up, crying on the floor that there was a concept change. But for fourth gen stans, it like sometimes can make or break a group. Like I know a lot of people mention Weekly when Weekly had their concept change. They came out, their debut was Tag Me. Tag me, tigam naribala. And it was really cute and like fluffy and fun. And then I'm sure they had other songs in between. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But then they had Ven Para. Do you remember? And it was like more girl crush. It was like a complete 180 for their concept.
I don't think I remember.
Because it went under the radar. Nobody liked it.
Yeah, because usually like when I'm watching reels, I'm not a girl group stan, but I know a lot of songs just because of the snippet of the reels. But I remember that Weekly was a lot into the intro reels and stuff, and now it's not there anymore. Like Stacy's not there anymore.
I feel like they've been, well, they had Teddy Bear, which I guess kind of went under the radar.
It didn't blow up.
No, it didn't quite
as much as I thought it would.
But in terms of concept changes, like a lot of people say they do refer to Weekly and how their concept change really didn't benefit them in any way. And it could make or break you depending. Like aespa, a group like aespa, I feel like they can afford to do a concept change. And it's not going to affect them terribly. I mean, they're still going to chart. They're still going to have music show wins. They're still going to break records. But for other groups, they might not be so lucky if people don't like that concept change.
And SM is quite known for concept change.
Yeah, Red Velvet. Everyone's saying there's like the red part of
and
them.
the velvet part.
And the velvet part. People say that for Blackpink too, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
The black part and the pink part?
Yeah.
Well, there's what, 2 songs that are pink?
They're like, Ice Cream is part of the pink. I'm like, they never established that as a concept.
Never.
I've never heard of that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the black, they're comparing it to Red Velvet. I'm like, I don't think anyone would agree with that, but I don't know. But also aespa don't have like a 2-part to their name where it was like established as such.
The A and spa.
The I spa. We're in the spa version. It's more laid back, more not quite relaxing. But
Welcome to My World is a spa version.
It's a spa song. Can you imagine with your little cucumbers on your eyes
Welcome to my world.
Getting a massage? It's the spa. Yeah. We just went through their their eye concept, super techno cyberpunk. That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So
we debunked it.
We're literally on another level. On
the next
level. So no one can call us aunties.
No.
Nobody is talking. We're literally not invented this. What am I trying to say? We're literally paving what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Paving the way. We're making a new theory for that.
We're literally pioneering aespa's theory while everybody else are being haters about their concept change. We're really, truly the only ones who understood it.
Sure.
Anyways, all that to say, it's not my favorite concept change. I really love the whole cyberpunk thing. And, a lot of people think I'm an SM anti.
Well, you are.
Well,
you always say you are.
I always say that other people say I'm an SM anti.
Okay.
But we literally listened to like 2 SM songs yesterday in the car.
Which one?
Replay by Shiny. Okay, so maybe we listened to only one SM song yesterday. Me too. Oh, my voice crack. Replay. So, what was I saying? A lot of people say that I'm an SM anti. Maybe they're right to an extent. However, I really did like aespa's sound. I loved Black Mamba. I loved Savage. I learned to love Next Level, and I learned to love Girls. And the songs in between, Forever. I loved Forever. It was so cute. What is the other B-side? Dreams Come True.
But it's a remake.
It's still amazing. I still loved their rendition of it. So I think people are unfairly labeling me as an aespa anti. Why does your face look like that?
You should make a t-shirt for that. I'm an SM anti. Love art.
Oh, merch idea. SM. Because there's a lot of SM antis out there.
Yeah.
We're very underrepresented. Because those SM stands go hard. Do you remember that reel I made? Where I was like, when people like SM sounds, everybody is like on board. But suddenly if you like YG sound, it's repetitive and unoriginal. And I shaded SM stands. The SM stands came for me, especially on TikTok. It was horrible. And I'm like, why do you stan a company that hard?
I don't know.
I was joking, half-hearted, half joke, 30% joking.
Yeah, but TikTok is like where all the antis are now.
TikTok is the video version of Twitter. It's a little scary.
That's why I stay out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter and I'm not on TikTok.
That's good. It's good for your mental health to not be there. So You don't like spicy, but
No.
you don't mind the concept change.
I don't mind it.
Okay.
I like it.
Fair enough. Okay, so this next one talks about it more generally. I don't think they specifically target a certain group. They talk about a couple of groups, but it says a lot of K-pop groups lack a strong musical identity. So this is the one that Vanessa, our friend, actually sent to us. And I was like, I agree. So I have to read it to you guys.
Okay.
K-pop is an increasingly competitive market, and thus having a good branding and a strong musical identity is paramount in gaining and maintaining success in such a fast-paced world where more and more groups... okay, that was stupid.
More and more in groups.
She's not even reacting anymore.
Yeah. I danced it.
It was did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I was like...
Okay. Let's restart. K-pop.
You're at more and more groups.
K-pop is an increasingly competitive market, and thus having a good branding and strong musical identity is paramount in gaining and maintaining success in such a fast-paced world where more and more groups are debuting each year. I feel like my opinion is unpopular, as many stans think a group's success hinges on whether a song is good or not, as opposed to their musical direction and branding as a whole. And many stans will disagree on the basis that they're popular now, so they're doing something right, and won't consider the importance of maintaining success, and will blame other stans for being bandwagon stans, disposing of them for the new group. Blackpink has a clear group identity and benefited from being girl crush in a time where brighter concepts were more prevalent. Whilst they have been criticized for being repetitive, I think BP has found their niche and thrives in it. When Itzy debuted, they popularized the teen crush concept, which was refreshing and unique at the time, gaining them lots of popularity and success. Despite their earlier works being cohesive in theme and perfect for their rebellious teen sound, their trajectory has changed since 2021, with their releases being inconsistent in concept and sound. Both Blackpink and Itzy ushered in a wave of girl crush, teen crush concepts as they filled the gap in the market and successfully established their unique sound. They didn't follow the trend, they were the trend, which is why they were met with such success and popularity. BP and Itzy aren't pioneers or innovative in the sense that they did not invent the girl crush, teen crush concepts, but they popularized it, and their influence on K-pop is undeniable. The wave of girl crush is eventually met with a lot of indifference despite its early success. K-pop groups that follow trends may acquire success but do not have longevity, as their identity is reliant on the trend. Thus, their music ages poorly and the groups fail to establish themselves. Savage by aespa was successful in part to it being unique and different. Mem Mem wasn't, as it already had been done before. aespa benefited from developing their unprecedented sound, whereas Purple Kiss suffered creatively from releasing Mem Mem and only obfuscated their group identity. I have no idea what obfuscated means. Weekly stood out from the girl crush concepts with After School, but failed to make the most out of the hype by releasing Venpada, as we mentioned before, a song that was completely different and sounded like an Everglow reject. People liked After School because it was refreshing and different at the time. Why would the same audience tune into Venpada? Le Sserafim and NewJeans saw success due to their unique sound. Again, nobody was releasing music like Attention, Ditto, and Fearless in 2021-20. Fearless sounded like a knockoff of XG.
Yeah.
What song was it? What was
Tippy Toes.
Tippy Toes. It sounded exactly like Tippy Toes. I don't like Fearless, but that's just me. They saw the gap in the market and succeeded in taking advantage of it. Twice was at the forefront of the cute concept movement in the mid-2010s, and thus, when they started to mature their sound, it alienated some of their older fans, but also allowed them to appeal to a new audience. Fancy and Feel Special showed that Twice could develop musically as a group whilst also maintaining their brand as a bubbly, poppy group. However, since then, Twice's musical trajectory has suffered. Set Me Free doesn't sound like a Twice song in the way Likey or Alcohol Free does, and their musical identity has weakened as a result. The problem isn't concept changes, but instability in a group's branding and identity. Like Red Velvet has succeeded in creating a diverse soundscape due to their identity as a campy, quirky group, and the incorporation of that personality into a variety of songs from Dum Dum to Really Bad Boy to Zimzalabim. I wasn't a fan of Birthday, but it reminded me of 2015 Red Velvet. At least it made sense in their discography. One of the reasons why boy groups fail to make as much noise as girl groups and capture public attention is due to the fact that they are often derivative and uninspired conceptually. Did I write this? K-pop. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on that. K-pop groups who aren't innovative in their sound brand do not have a unique selling point and thus are disposable and fail to have the longevity of other groups. The trend chasing and lack of conviction from companies prevents groups from establishing their sound and alienates casual fans when they switch up their concept. I've seen a lot of people liken K-pop to fast fashion in recent years, and I agree. There's a difference between H&M K-pop and Versace K-pop. Okay.
So H&M K-pop would be New Jeans, and Versace would be...
No, think of it like, okay, so fast fashion K-pop.
New Jeans.
No, why would it be New Jeans?
Because it's like the same formula, always.
No, I would think more like these groups that are lacking their musical identity. So if we think of Itzy's newer stuff, Twice's newer stuff, it's more like fast fashion, right? Because they're just shooting out anything at this point. It doesn't fit their musical identity.
I just think that JYP is confused.
Yeah, so it's more like fast fashion. That's what people say, like Itzy songs are like fast fashion these days.
Okay.
Whereas like brand name K-pop is somebody who is more in line with their concept. And I think New Jeans is quite consistent at this point.
Okay.
But that boy group sent... I'm curious what you think of that. So a lot of people actually agree that it's unpopular.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
This like touched my heart. It like expressed everything that I've been wanting to express.
Yeah.
You know, I love Twice, but their recent songs just really weren't it for me.
Yeah, I think it's because, the girls are growing, of course. And their first sound was really the first try to be Teen Crush, I guess.
Okay, that makes, like, I get where you're going with that, but they were doing such a good job at maturing.
Yeah.
But then they were kind of wishy-washy with it. So Feel Special, well, Fancy first and then Feel Special, amazing. I Can't Stop Me, oh my God, like one of the most iconic songs in K-pop. I love those songs. Mm-hmm. They're amazing. It was a shift from the cute concepts that they were doing, but it was still so... like it was so different, but still so in line with them. And it really showed their growth. But then, like I said, they're being wishy-washy with the scientists, the feels. And it felt a little confusing to me, especially since I didn't really love the songs or feel, anything towards those songs.
I have a question, maybe.
Okay.
Do you think because the scientists and the feels are when they all re-signed? Right?
Yeah.
So do you think it's because, like, maybe the girls have more power of what they want to do?
I don't know.
So maybe they want to go back to their old sound?
I'm not sure about that, to be honest. But
when they changed their concept for Feel Special, I Can't Stop Me, Fancy, and more, I'd say it's more mature. Mm-hmm. It was at the end of their contract.
I really don't know, to be honest, but...
because I don't think they re-signed when More and More released.
I don't remember when they re-signed, actually, but... I don't know. But, like, as a fan of Twice, they just kept releasing stuff that I wasn't super interested in, that I wasn't, like, falling in love with compared to their whole, like, the rest of their discography that was just so amazing to me and, like, life-changing to me. Mm-hmm. And, I think I would have dragged you to that concert had the songs been a little bit different. I don't know. Like, it really hurt my heart. But I think that's because I was such a fan of Twice. If you look at other groups, like I mentioned the other day, we were talking, like, if i-dle changes their concept, like, I just kind of follow them. It doesn't really bother me. Mm-hmm. But if I was, like, deep into i-dle and we had something like Hwa, and then...
Dum-dee.
Well, if we take the example of Hwa versus, let's say, Queen Card, I think I would be mad too. I don't know. Like, I do like Queen Card, but when you follow a group too intensely sometimes and they do those concept changes, maybe it doesn't give them any room to breathe. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to look at it from, like, an outside point of view sometimes, mm-hmm. especially with aespa. Like, I loved their music and then suddenly Spicy came out and I'm just like, oh, I don't like this. But if I, like, wasn't so keen on their sound to begin with, or I just followed them more lightheartedly, maybe I could have enjoyed it a little bit more. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
I don't know. Maybe for the boy group.
Go ahead.
What did they said? Just read me.
One of the reasons why boy groups fail to make as much noise as girl groups and capture public attention is due to the fact that they are often derivative and inspired conceptually and musically.
Yeah, for me, I kind of agree.
Oh!
Okay, the thing is, if you watch like for clothing and stuff, boys' clothing is always more boring than girls' clothing. Yeah. There's no diversity. They're stuck in like, that's boys' clothing. Yeah. Okay, now we can like gender band and stuff, but
well, interesting you're talking about that, but in second gen, the clothing was amazing for everybody. They would wear the most outrageous things, cutouts, like we mentioned in the other episode. Mm-hmm. And now they don't do that anymore.
I think it's boring. They're stuck in that bubble.
They definitely got stuck in like a specific style that I think was written by the male gaze. We won't get into that right now.
So they're stuck in that bubble, and musically, I'd say if it's like the 4th gen groups, they are stuck in it. But if it's still like 3rd or 2.5, they're in their old bubble. They want to go and lean towards the 4th gen style, but they kind of stay in that bubble.
Do you have any examples of what you're talking about?
Well, I don't know, but like if you take 17, for example, Super is very their old style. It kind of reminds me of It and like...
But you said Hit was a concept change.
It was a big concept change.
When I think of 17, I think of like...
Bubblegum.
Jazzy. I don't know if jazzy is the right word, but like kind of like fighting. Okay. Yeah, bubbly, jazzy type thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of like 17's perhaps original sound, like Ajunice, bubbly. Yeah. I feel like they might have, don't crucify me.
So like Super would be like the 4th gen.
Yeah, they might have strayed a little more into, I don't want to say following trends, but
it's louder though. 4th gen groups are not that loud.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying I like their music more now. It's like it's more appealing to me. It's more alluring to me now compared to that their original concept that it was really hard for me to get into. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying there is definitely a shift to be more palatable, more digestible.
Digestible wouldn't be. I don't think so. I don't think Super is that digestible.
I think people love Boy Crush.
Yeah.
And I think boy groups get caught in that a lot to do that Boy Crush thing. Think of the boy groups that we follow. ATs. Well, I don't know how.
It's not the same sound. That's the thing.
No, but like,
and it's not.
They're not out here pioneering cute concepts for boy groups as much, it's more all the same mostly. Yeah, I feel like I'm explaining things so badly today, but
but it's true. Like, well, I don't know, because they had a big shift. Like if you take TXT, for example, before it was like bubblegum.
I just want to be your dog.
It was bubblegum like 17, and then they switched it
to more
mature
pop rock. Yeah.
And 17 kind of did the same to be more mature.
And I feel like it's the opposite for BTS, who started out with like more boy crush, and now they're more bubblegum.
They're more bubblegum.
That's interesting.
And if you take like Tempest, their debut song was more bubblegum ish. And then they switched more like NCT style.
Okay. So I guess my point is, and I have to be really clear because I know K-pop fans are really anal about specificities.
Specificities.
I feel like there was a lot more diversity in boy groups way back when.
Yeah, there was.
You could have a lot more cute concepts. Z is Here I Am, boyfriends. boyfriend. Whereas now it's a little sprinkled in between. Like Stray Kids came out with Case 143, which I was very shocked at that concept.
It was a winter song, so it kind of fits.
But it was like cutesy, lovey-dovey stuff. You know, I was very shocked by it. It still had that Stray Kids sound, but it was still what I would consider a concept change at least. Yeah. So we still have those things sprinkled in, but I think there was definitely a huge shift to trying to be more all the same.
It's always
you don't as much get these like, you know, super sexy melodramatic concepts like M Black Cry or I have a whole playlist called Eyeliner and Melodrama.
BAP 1004.
Kind of, but I'm talking more like, you know, it's like raining on you and you're on your knees with like your abs out. Super melodramatic. Yeah. Let me just pull it up super quickly because there's some songs I do want to mention. Love Ya by SS501. This Is War by M Block. Janice Boyfriend. Venus Shinhwa. Fiction by Beast. Neverland You Kiss. Cry by M Block. Shock Beast. I feel like you don't get
that anymore. Well, but if you do, it's such a show. If you do, it's such a shocker. Like it's controversial.
I remember BTS's Fake Love when that came out. I know you have no fucking idea, but when it came out, I was like, wow, that's really second gen because like they were literally like there's choreography where they're on their knees and it's like it's emotional and melodramatic, and I was like, ooh, that I really loved BTS at that time, so. I remember thinking that's quite second gen, like that feeling was being brought back. And even Inception by ATEEZ, I feel like that feeling was brought back. The eyeliner and melodrama, maybe minus the eyeliner. Yeah. The smoky eye and melodrama is the fourth gen version. Literally in the water. So it's not that originality is completely not present in boy groups, but I just noticed a shift to being more... everyone trying to be more boy crush and more palatable, if that makes sense.
I'd say that the group that tried to be a bit like girl groups in terms of like the Y2K style and try it more. Maybe it was NCT Dream Candy.
That wasn't their original song.
No, it's like aespa when they did Dreams Come True. So NCT Dream Candy, they tried to do like with the bunny hat and stuff, and it was more like Y2K style, but it didn't like inspire other groups to do the same.
I don't know. You follow boy groups, so
yeah, but I'm not like 24/7 watching boy groups on YouTube, so I'm not.
Yeah, I know Y2K style in general is so popular. Well, for girl groups especially, like. At the moment, we have Spicy by aespa and Queen Card by i-dle, and they're both promoting at the same time.
Yeah, but we have nothing for boy groups right now.
Who's promoting right now?
Zykers, but I think they're done now.
I think Zykers is done now.
But it's such not that kind of style.
No, it's definitely more
in
palatable.
In the same bubble as the other groups.
More palatable.
Yeah.
All that to say. You agree with that?
Yeah, I kind of agree. And it's fair enough. It's saddened me.
Oh,
I want them to.
Well, it's understandable, right? Because at the end of the day, the company wants to make money. And if ATEEZ came out with something like boyfriend, immediately half their fandom is confused as hell. I don't think people are going to necessarily unstand because K-pop fans are going to defend their groups to the death, right? But it is going to alienate a lot of their fans because a lot of their fans really like ATEEZ for their sound right now.
Yeah, but I kind of wish they do a Wave 2.5.
Wave is so different. Wave is on its own wavelength.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. What's wrong with me today? And me.
And I'm here, yeah.
Yeah. You should be more mean to me.
No, when I say 2.5, because like for me, Eternal Sunshine is a Wave 2.0. But
that's what I wanted to talk about.
Much.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Because I swear to God, if ATEEZ came out with Eternal Sunshine, we all know that. It was a double title track, thank Jesus, frankly. Because and I say this because girl group fans love to call me a misogynist because I say, oh, this group changed their concept, I'm just not a huge fan of it. And they're like, why don't you talk about boy groups changing concepts? I don't listen to boy groups. I only listen to basically ATs. Anyways.
And sprinkle a bit 17 right there.
And sprinkle a little bit. And yeah. Well, if ATs came out with a song like Eternal Sunshine suddenly, and then changed their entire concept to songs that sound and look like Eternal Sunshine,
Forever,
I don't think I would still stand them. Like, I love them for their sound that they currently have. If they completely switched it up on me, I don't know how I would handle that.
But we can say that Gorilla and Halazia is the concept change too.
No, it's still hardcore.
But it's more rock. Before it was more like EDM.
It still fits, you know? Like, I'm not saying...
It fits, but it's a concept change, too.
I'm not saying groups need to absolutely stay within the exact same specific sound forever.
Yeah.
But I do like the consistency. I like the consistency, and I like that they stay true to a sound that's theirs. Like, Hongjung and Mingi do lyrics and, to an extent, production, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like it stays true to certain... I don't know how to explain it, but... If they switch,
it stayed true to their original core.
Yeah, and it's not that it wouldn't be. It's not that they wouldn't be true to themselves if they continue to do things like Eternal Sunshine. It's just I didn't sign up for that. That's not. You know, if I had first heard of ATs through Eternal Sunshine, I wouldn't have become a fan. Mm-hmm. If you know, and that's a big question to ask for these concept changes. If that was the first song you ever heard from that group, would you be a fan? If your first aespa song you ever heard was Spicy, would you be a fan?
I'm not even a fan of them.
Well, but you heard Black Mamba and you liked Black Mamba.
Yeah, I like Black Mamba, but I think if I heard Welcome to My World first, I might be a fan.
Okay. But like, what are their examples? Do you like Itzy?
Yeah.
If you heard Sneakers as their first song, you wouldn't like them. For Twice, if you heard Set Me Free as their first song, would you like Twice?
What's the song again?
Set me free. Ooh. Risk it all. Come on, set me
Yeah, kinda. It's not Signal.
Okay, well, what's your favorite Twice song? TT compared to Set Me Free.
It's kind of the same.
In what world?
It's in the same realm.
I don't think so, but my point being, like, it's good to have a musical identity like this Reddit poster said. And that's what attracts you to the groups. If you're wishy-washy with it, if you don't really know what you're doing, unless it's part of your concept. A lot of people say Red Velvet do it amazingly. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, they do.
Because it is camp. It is like, you know, I never, no one's ever called me a Red Velvet auntie, surprisingly. I kind of like them now. But like you have to admit they do it really well.
Well, it was already established that they will have two concepts. And they were like, now not really anymore, but they were the summer queens. Everybody was waiting for the red concept.
Yeah.
So, and the Velvet concept was like, it was always changing a bit, but it was still the Velvet concept. Against like the red concept, it was always kind of the same sound, the summer song.
Okay.
So, yeah, but they do it amazingly.
Yeah, even Zimzalabim. Everybody kind of like wants to clown on Zimzalabim. And though I don't like the song itself, the styling was so amazing. And people are going to shit on me in the comments, but it was. Like, you didn't see anything like that at that time in K-pop. No. It was so outrageous. You know, you had the feathers, you had the maximalist styling. And it was so fun to watch. It was so fun to keep up with. And it was just so wild. Like, Zimzalabim. Like,
Zimzalabim.
It was like a fucking cult chant. And it was amazing. Like, so, you know, kudos to Red Velvet for doing, and it still fits them.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it and still fit who you are at your core without having fans think that you've lost your musical identity, which I think a lot of these groups haven't gotten the hang of yet. Or maybe we're just too critical. Like I said, if you're too into the group, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Because if New Jeans changed it, it would explode.
Yeah.
It would be the end of the world.
Because they're absolutely blowing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, Itzy. Itzy needs the 4 on the floor sound back. I don't know what that means, but let's read it.
The 4 on the floor?
The 4 on the floor. I'm like...
Their feet?
Like their hands and feet? Because they're not...
They need to be grounded back? I don't know.
We'll read it and maybe we'll understand by the end of it. So this is a short rant about Itzy and their current situation. I felt there's a decline in general interest in Itzy. Not that their fans aren't there, and not that they didn't sold a million album for Cheshire, but I don't think there's a lot of animal around their title tracks since they're hopping genres. Hopping genres can be... How do you say genre? Genre.
Genre.
Do you say genre in English?
No. Genre.
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 Genre. Genre.
Genre.
Genre.
Genre.
Hopping genres. Hopping genres. Hopping genres can be good for a while. It can give some variety and unpredictability for fans who are expecting the same sound. However, doing it wrong or too much can also alienate the fan base that are used to hearing these sounds. Dala Dala, Icy, and Wannabe are the same formulas and more or less the same genres, but they're successful at their time. After that, they hop genres, and then we see these... There's so many fucking genres in this. Genre hop titles starting to underperform at Circle Loco. Sneakers brought back that form of formula and succeed until they're hooping away, and Cheshire is clearly not working.
Well, Sneakers was just like a meme. Everybody was curious about
They should have played into that. They should have played into the fact that everyone thought it was a prank and actually pranked people.
Yeah.
Because... I just keep picturing, because like I made a video that said like, oh, people think this is a prank, and some people were like, Yujin is crying thinking that people think this is a prank. I'm like, shit, like I don't know, JYP, don't give them such horrendous sounding songs. I don't know.
What is the song that she's like, Sister Kitty Kitty? No.
Oh, Sister Kitty. Dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun.
Is it Cheshire?
It's too late. Yeah,
that one.
You got me like crazy in love.
No, that's Loco.
Crazy in love.
That's Loco.
Loco, yeah.
But Kitty Kitty is Loco?
Oh, I sit on a kitty. SOS for this kitty. Oh my god. Oh, I need to add that. Wait, I need to add that to my cringy K-pop lyrics.
SOS for that kitty.
SOS for this kitty. Oh, don't let me forget.
Loco?
I think so, yeah. SOS and a kitty. Dun, 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 dun.
But what are the other songs then?
Well, I didn't finish reading this, so I'll finish. There are 4 on the floor dance tracks as the most well-received titles and sets that signature sound for Itzy. I wonder what's the problem happening in the AR that keeps giving them these genre-hopping titles and catering away from it that obviously... I don't know that this is written very well. That keeps giving them these genre-hopping titles and catering away from that obviously successful sound. Or are there some promotion issues that I overlooked? TLDR, I wish their next title... has this 4 on the floor sound back. The venture to the genres is not working for them. No idea what any of this means, actually.
Me neither. They're just saying that it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So can we say that Dala Dala, Icy, and Wannabe, well, they're the 3 comebacks, first comebacks. Dala Dala was the beginning, the debut song.
Mm-hmm.
Icy was the comeback, and then Wannabe...
Yeah.
Or Wannabe was first.
No, it was Dala Dala, Icy, and Wannabe, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so they're the 3, the big
trifecta,
triangle. Yeah. And then can we say that Mafia and the one with the cowboys, Not Shy,
not me.
Can we say that they're the same? In the same realm?
I think so. I don't know. I feel like Not Shy still fit in their debut.
The triangle.
Yeah, the triangle, because it was still like part of this like self-confidence thing.
Yeah.
And then Mafia in the Morning felt like a concept change.
It was the concept change.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And the Mafia. Na, 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 na. But yeah, safe to say. What else? So then Loco and
Sneakers. No.
Yeah.
I say Loco is in the triangle.
it's more about being in love and stuff. And then you have sneakers, which makes no sense at all.
Put my sneakers on.
Kind of to set, ready, get, set, go. That's where I feel like people are getting lost within Itzy.
Yeah.
But
I don't like sneakers.
Fair enough. So the next one is for i-dle, actually.
Okay.
This one's pretty short. So after Hwa, I don't like i-dle's concepts anymore. I really like i-dle. They have meaningful lyrics and sick beats that are really catchy and fun at the same time. Seon was actually a genius for me up until Hwa. However, I don't like the direction they're going for in their recent albums. I mean, the beats are good but too repetitive. The lyrics are cringy and the way of singing becomes too messy. I don't know if they are now aiming for the unique badass concept, but their music is sacrificed a lot. I think this is unpopular because many people liked their recent tracks such as Tomboy, Nude, and Queen Card.
I don't like Hwa either.
You don't like Hwa?
No.
Oh, Hwa is so beautiful.
I like More Alone than Hwa, which is kind of the same song. Cause
what's
Hwa,
Alone?
Do you remember what you said?
Han?
That's Alone.
Oh, I've never heard it called Alone.
It's
Han parentheses alone? Okay,
yeah.
Okay. No, that's
and
a beautiful
Hwa,
song too.
Hwa and Han are the same song. It's like Hwa is a reply to Han.
Okay.
But I don't like Hwa.
What don't you like about Hwa? I'm curious.
I don't know.
I think it's beautiful. I think it sounds beautiful. And Vanessa actually sent us this video. I think it's by Nirvana.
Yeah.
And she was like comparing the lyrics to Hwa to the lyrics to Queen Card. And like I never realized how beautiful the lyrics to Hwa are. She's like talking about fucking mountains and like her love for somebody, comparing to Queen Card. Like my boob and booty's hot.
Yeah, that's I feel like i-dle. Anyways.
Everyone's really gonna love it. She just said i-dle. Oh my god. So proper.
Because I said i-dle.
Yeah.
But I feel like Soyeon is following the trend.
Okay.
Before it was more like we need to have meaningful lyrics and stuff.
Artistry.
Yeah, artistry. Okay. And now she's really following the trend.
Okay.
Because I don't know, if you take XG, for example.
Okay.
Their songs like Left and Right. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, but there's no meaningful in that. There's no, it's not deep, that song.
Got your body moving left, fight.
Yeah.
My heart is beating up and down, spinning round and round, just like my Pirelli's spinning on the ground.
Yeah, but it's not no, deep.
I'm just kidding.
Like
they're just saying like
just lyrics that says that.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And I feel like Soyeon is making the same for i-dle.
Okay.
For like their Queen Card and what was the Tomboy? But Tomboy is a bit. Nah, it's not that meaningful too.
Okay.
It's just a bit badass, but no.
Fair enough.
Like if you compare it to Lion or which one?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! It was like mind blowing and
like lyric-wise?
Lyrically. Yeah.
I haven't looked into those lyrics, but it was just funny to me, like seeing the lyrics of Hwa compared to the lyrics of Queen Card. I'm like, well, fuck. I mean, it definitely is night and day.
Yeah.
Should we look at the lyrics really quickly?
Yeah.
The lyrics for Hwa. Hwa lyrics English.
Should I check for Oh my god?
In the frozen dark of your winter, the coldest wind cruelly blows, reaches up to kiss the highest mountaintop, burying my broken heart in snow. Isn't that beautiful? Are you paying attention?
Yeah. Do you have others?
It just sounds definitely a lot more poetic than my boob and booty's hot. But I love that lyric. I think it's so cute. My boob and booty's hot spotlight.
Oh my god. Nothing can pull me away from your embrace. I'm not going anywhere. Here we go again. I hear the sound of pain flowing slowly through my veins. Oh God, help me. Help me. I don't know how to breathe. For real. Set free. This craving is almost gonna be deadly.
It's interesting for sure.
There is more thought in that and Hua than Queen card.
For sure. But if you ask Nevis,
I'd say
they will say that Queen card's lyrics are actually so deep because Soyeon was criticized for twerking in Tomboy or My Bag. I think it was My Bag.
My Bag, yeah.
So now she's reclaiming it by saying she's twerking on the runway. So it's actually super deep and powerful.
But I'd say that Queen card reminds me a bit of not Unmixed, but in the i-dle.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to really don't remember what it sounds like.
No?
Even with your snippet.
That
song I totally forgot about that song, that it even existed. Don't play too much of it because we're gonna get a copyright claim. 5 seconds max.
Wait. Okay, I almost had the sound of a short. i-dle.
I keep thinking, oh my god. Shut it up! Look, it's literally this easy. Shut it up! I obviously remember it, but I don't remember. I couldn't sing it to you even with this. Damn.
It reminds me a bit of that.
Interesting.
Because
just no meaning?
Not that I've never really read the lyrics of but style-wise, it's a bit more like because it was a concept change too.
Yeah, I remember. I literally roasted their outfits way back when. I have a memory of this because I got canceled. No, in 2019. Yeah. I remember I got super canceled because of my Blackpink performance video. And I was in bed for 4 days, super depressed. I'm I need to release something. And I think this was my first video back. I was I'll just roast the outfits and hopefully everything's going to be okay. And
it didn't well.
I really don't remember, but
no. So yeah, I would maybe was the concept change. So maybe they will go back to meaningful lyrics.
Well,
but they are in the trend right now.
When I think of i-dle, I don't think of a specific concept because they debuted with what? La Ta Ta. Then they have they have Dumdi Dumdi, they have I don't think of a specific, even what is it? The Spanish type one.
La Ta Ta.
No, there's another one, Señorita or something.
Señorita. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel they've definitely explored a lot of styles. So I don't pigeonhole them in a specific concept. But I do prefer the I really love Lion. I really love, what's another song? Hua.
You like their darker concepts.
I like the darker concepts a lot more for sure.
Me too.
But Queen Card's is a bop. I like it too. So
it's tucks in the head for sure.
It's interesting to say the least.
I was annoyed at myself this morning
because I got it stuck in your head.
Yeah, it's okay.
There are some people who only listen to the podcast.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting? I got a comment the other day saying
when would it be added to Spotify?
No, someone was oh my god, are you the girl from Kpop Cancelled on Spotify?
True.
I'm what do you mean? Am I the girl from Spotify? That's not my main platform.
I remember when you didn't really wanted to put it on Spotify.
It's not that I didn't want to. I felt what's the point? Can we really grow off of Spotify? What would it add to anything? And it's just audio. There's a couple of episodes that are visually based. The first episode, you can watch it on video on Spotify. The episode with the Sherry as well, because I thought you put a face to the name, might as well see her. But yeah, apparently we're doing really well in Norway. I got an email.
Hi, Norway.
Hi, Norway. I got an email saying like we're ranking pretty well in Norway.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. Like it's interesting to me that people actually just only listen to it and aren't watching us on YouTube.
Because they will listen in the car when they're walking outside or jogging.
Yeah, if you can't see, we have a beautiful little pink plant in the middle of us.
Should we name it?
Sure, go ahead. Yosang 3.0. Because I have an orchid and I named it Yosang and it died. So I got a fake orchid.
It's Yosang 2.0.
This could be 3.0. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be Yosang.
Should we let people vote?
Yeah.
You can vote to name this plant. It's a beautiful pink plant that's meant to be outdoors, but I stole it from my mom.
It was too cold outside yesterday.
Yeah. So yeah, that is basically it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to let us know in the comments, or actually there is an option on Spotify where you can leave feedback. Or I'll do a poll. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I'm everywhere today. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with
a friend you don't have.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye. It was hard.
Oh my God. She took me to the skies. Holla, 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 holla. She cut me off.